And while they are coming on, let me grab my paper towel. And I also want to be sure to go ahead and plug in my UV light because it's not plugged in, and we're going to need that tonight because we're jumping straight into nail art. Welcome in, YouTube. Welcome in. Again, YouTube got cut off early last night when we were practicing our French. This is what we ended up doing, which is our French tuxedo nails. This was the final look that we did after we practiced all of the French. We just stayed live on YouTube and did the different Frenches. What we ended up finishing off with was our French tuxedo nails. And I want to be sure you guys can hear me over on TikTok. So give me a second to be sure you guys can hear me good. Okay, Ernestine, thank you for the follow. Can you guys give me a 1 or a 2 in the chat on TikTok? I want to be sure you guys can hear me. And I'm trying to see. Can you guys hear me over there? Okay. Hold on. I think I got it right here. Okay. Y'all can hear me. All right. You guys can hear me. And on YouTube, I'm sure you can hear me over there. So now, again, if you want to follow along with me when I'm doing this, because this nail art is really nail art tutorials where I'm actually taking you all on the journey with me as we do these different nail art. And I'm walking you through it all step by step. So if you want to follow along, you can purchase the items. They're available through my TikTok shop. Okay, and I'm still trying to get you guys positioned good. Okay, that's good. They're available in the TikTok shop. On YouTube, I actually have the links in the live for you. So we're going to first start off on this one. I have this buffer, and I'm just going to go in and buff the shine off of each of these nails. Now, again, if you are applying acrylic to a nail, you definitely have to buff it off and get rid of the shine. Applying the gel polish, I've done it where I've buffed the shine off. I've also done it where I have not buffed the shine off. None of the polishes chip or don't last as long, like they still last the same amount of time. So it's totally your option. But I would say if you want to have a real professional look, especially if you have a client sitting in front of you, this is something that you want to do. You want to go in and just buff the shine off of the nail so you can see the difference between the two. This is the nail with the shine. It's a very high shine on it. And when you buff the shine off of the nail, then that shine is completely gone. And you want to be sure to capture the size as well. So that's what we're going to start off doing. So if you're joining in, you can go ahead and pull your nails out, whether you're doing a set for yourself, a practice set, or if you're doing a set that you want to put up for sale because this is a business that you're starting and you want to really start enhancing your nail art and learn some new nail art. Designs. That's the purpose of my lives, is to share nail art design tutorials with you. Starting in the month of May, we will be getting into doing acrylic nails. So for those of you that want to enhance your acrylic nail skill set, we'll be doing that on live as well. To introduce myself, I am TOTstyles. I am a dual state licensed cosmetologist. I am currently retired. I am in my 7th year of retirement. I worked in the industry for about 25 years, probably a little over 25 years. I was a platform artist, educator, style creator. I started the nail program when I was in high school. And when I graduated from high school, I only needed about 20 more hours to get my nail license. And when I went and talked to my instructor, She said, won't you just do the whole program? And then that way you can do nails, you can do hair, you can be an esthetician, you can do whatever you want to do. And I was like, okay. So I did the entire cosmetology program, ended up getting my license. And after I had my license, I was doing, this one keeps flipping off. So sorry about that. I was doing hair and nails, bouncing between the nail table and the salon chair. And then one day I sat down and I had a conversation with myself and I said, look, pick one. Pick one, because this is ridiculous. You keep going back and forth. So I looked at which one can I make the most money in the least amount of time. And I selected hair, because with hair, I could work on multiple clients at one time. And with nails, you were stuck with whoever was in your chair, whether you were doing a pedicure, a full set manicure. You couldn't do anybody else. So it was limited to the amount of money that you could make. Back then, a full set of nails was $40, and nobody charged based on length. No matter what length you wanted, it was $40. And then as time went on, people started realizing, hold on, we have to figure out a way to make more money in the nail industry. And that's when they started incorporating airbrush design, because design really wasn't a big thing. They started incorporating airbrush design, so we made more money doing that. Then they started doing hand design, and then it was like, you know what, this still isn't enough. Then they started saying, hey, you can pay an extra $1 to get this quick dry top coat, and people would pay that, and it was like, okay, this still isn't enough. And then they said, you know what, we can start charging based on the nail length. So that's where the money really started coming in at. And some people wouldn't understand. You would have these long nails and you're only getting a fill-in, so they didn't understand why the fill-in costs more money with the longer nails. Now fast forward to today, because I'm giving you information from 20 years ago. Fast forward to today, you can have someone to sit in your chair and, you know, you finish them and their set is $150, but it's with all this artwork and design. And you might have spent like 2 hours working on them. So that means you made essentially $75 an hour. So now the nail industry has evolved a little bit more, where now people that don't have a nail license can do things like this, where they're literally just sitting down, painting the gel polish, doing nail art, and then they can actually sell that and make revenue. It's not a customized fit to the client. It's either an extra small nail, small, medium, large, extra large. So the cosmetology industry has been constantly evolving. And with me being retired and getting bored and being more of an artistic type person, I said, you know what? This is something I can do. I don't have to sit down and be stuck to a chair or feel rushed by whoever I'm working on because they have an appointment and I'm trying to take my time, or, you know, I'm just in a relaxed mood and I don't want anybody triggering my anxiety. So I said, oh, this works. And then I realized, oh, you know what? I can start going live on my TikTok page and my YouTube page and share this skill set with people that want to actually learn it. So this is what I have started doing. So now that we have these all buffed out, welcome in everybody. Hey, Reggie. Hey, Public Secret. Hey, Amora Mexica. Welcome in on YouTube and TikTok. So now that we have these, we want to go in and do our base coat. So let me find my base coat. Can't see. Hold on. Where the hell is the base coat? Okay, here it is. So now I want to go in and do my base coat. And we're not doing builder gel nails. This is just a regular polish. So I'm going to show you guys the correct way to polish nails. I also need to take out my foil. So I don't have one of those cute little things that people do with their colors. I just use a piece of foil. That's all I'm using right now, because it's like, why go and pay for all of that stuff if you don't need to? Because then you have a lot of stuff to clean up. And I like to have as least cleanup as possible. So when I'm done with all of my colors, I fold this foil up and throw it in the trash. This is what I use right here. Okay, so I got my foil out. If I wanted to wipe these, like if it was a real set of nails, you know, you will wipe your client's nail with alcohol and all of that good stuff. So polishing the nail, what you want to do, so just imagine your client is holding their hand this way. Okay, so this is your client's hand. Or even if you're doing a set, you want to take your gel polish. You want to check, I don't know what that was. You want to take your gel polish. Let me move you guys in a bit closer so you can see. Okay, hold on, everybody. I knew it was something I didn't have on. I don't have my hold on. Well, you guys really can't see it. I don't have my projector on in the back, but right now you guys can't because I think I have you both at a good distance. Usually I have my projector in the back. Okay, so you want to be sure that you have enough polish on your brush. You go in at the base and you want your brush to spread like so and pull that all the way up. Now, if you were doing a builder gel, you would do it different. And then you want to go around on each side and you want that to be nice and smooth. That's the proper way to polish a nail. If you were doing a builder gel or a nail where you're doing the builder gel on top, that application is slightly different. And I think a lot of people get confused with polishing a nail and using a builder gel. So I'm showing you the right way to polish a nail, which makes a big difference, especially when you're doing your gel polishes. So you don't have this streaky nail bed, so to speak. Okay, so we're just going to go in right now and we're doing our base coat on all 5 of our nails. And while this is curing, I'm going to go in and pull out my nail art brushes. If there's any questions, whether you're on YouTube or TikTok, please feel free to ask your questions. I'm more than happy to answer. If it's something I don't have an answer to, honey, trust and believe. I'm going to tell you, I'll need to research that. I'll tell you, I don't know. I am not a know-it-all, but I know enough. As a dual state licensed cosmetologist, I'm giving you my point of view as a licensed cosmetologist. Yesterday, when we started the live, I explained that the numbers that are inside the nail, that determines what size nail the person wears. So the smaller the number, the larger the nail. The smaller the larger the number, the smaller the nail. Okay, so if it's a size 0, that's usually a 0, 1, 2 is going to be your thumb. And then when you get into like your 11, 12, 13, those are really small, which is usually for the pinky. Okay, so now I have this. I'm going to go ahead and cure this. And then for our brushes tonight, we are going to use this brush. I'm going to pull out my dotting tool. I'm going to pull out this brush right here and our striping brush. Okay, and then I have this right here, my cleaner. So this is acetone that I'm using to clean my brush. Again, when you're working with gel polish, you don't need to use acetone. You can just use alcohol, okay? You can just use alcohol. It's not necessary. But I like to clean my brush with acetone because that's just what I'm used to. Because, again, I'm an old school stylist, person, cosmetologist, nail artist, whatever you want to call it. Okay, now that these are cured, one thing that I haven't decided is what colors are we going to use tonight? Like when we did these right here, our French tuxedo nails, we used this really nice blue, and then I took and added a little bit of white to the blue to make it a little bit lighter for a baby blue, and we use black. So those are the colors that we used last night. These are not any particular set. When I'm practicing, I have started using more of a cheaper nail for practice. When I feel like I like it and I want to put it on a regular set, that's when I'm pulling out my Tip X Lite tips. So these are just some cheap tips that I'm using to practice with. So with that being said, let's see what colors. We still want to use darker colors. So let me see. I have the blue, but I really don't want to use the blue tonight. I know we're going to use black because I saw this really cute design that I want to try, and I need a black for that. So I'm pulling through, trying to find some colors. If you guys have any idea for colors or suggestions, let me know. I have a whole lot of colors here, and I can definitely pull those out. Oh, this is nice. Okay, I found a nice purple. So we'll do this purple. And let me find a nice black. This is not dark enough. Maybe this one is. Let's see. Okay, this one will work. And then I'll use this nude to kind of lighten up my purple to create this what do you want to call it? Kind of like a lilac top color. So the first design I want to try today, and it's still a French. So to start off, what I do is I need to pull this back some so you guys on TikTok can see. I actually use this to put my colors on that I work with. And again, we're still practicing our French. So I'm going to put quite a few dots of this nice purple that I'm using here. And I really don't need the black yet, so I'm not going to go into the black yet. But I think that's enough. And I noticed the more I practiced last night, the better I got. So practice always makes perfect. And again, I explained to you guys, doing French was not a big thing when I was a nail tech. That by the time doing French nails came in, I was just doing hair. So I never did really sit down and try to get it or perfect it. So that's why we're doing it now. But doing some research and studying, because I do that before I come on here to share the knowledge with you all. This is a technique that I found and it actually worked. So determine how thick you want your tip to be. And that's where you're going to go and draw a line directly across, like so. Then from there, I want this French to come down deep. So I'm going to come down deep here. And then we're going to come in just like that. And then we're going to repeat the same thing on the other side. Okay, now that I have this French tip the way that I want it, I'm going to go in and color my sides. And I want to be sure that I'm laying enough product where it's covered on both sides. Welcome in, Miss Paid. Hey, Tootie, how you doing? Y'all welcome in. Again, on TikTok, when you're on the live, if you guys can tap the screen for me, that actually helps push my content to the FYP and to get my content in front of the right audience. Now from here, I can just go in and paint with the brush. I don't have to keep painting with my striping brush. I can just go in. Oh, this is the wrong color. See, I almost pulled this black out. I'm glad I did. Look at that. We're going to go in and paint. In this, I want to kind of dab it because, again, I need to be sure that it's thick enough before we cure it. Okay, now we want to go in and clean that up. So you can see we went deep on both sides. Now we need to go in and clean this up. Okay, we went deep on both sides. So to clean it up, I'm going to actually use this brush right here. And I'm going to dip this into my acetone. Again, you can use alcohol. You don't have to use acetone. I don't want it to be super wet, so I'm dipping off the excess. And I'm going to go in right about here and clean that up to make it the line that I want it to be. And I want to do that around both sides. And then I'm just going to keep cleaning that. Hey, Kaylee. And I thank you all for joining me today because you could be anywhere else. So this is my cleaned up French right here. So now I'm just going to put this on here. Now this other design I see, now I'm going to do this one a little bit different. So for this one, I actually want to start up here. And then I want to come down and bring this in on both sides. So this one is going to be more of a shorter tip. And this design, it actually kind of reminds me of Beetlejuice, if you guys are familiar with Beetlejuice. So this is going to go through some layering. So I just want to be sure I have enough color. Okay, now that I have enough color on that, I want to go in and clean this up. So this is what it looks like before the cleanup. Okay, let me make sure that's clean. Hold on. Hold on. It looks like the screen's a little dirty. Ooh, excuse me. Okay, that's better. Okay, so now we're going to go in with our brush and clean this up. Okay, and then I'm just go around this tip. Okay, so that one is done. Okay, and now we're going to go back to the other ones being our same regular French, where we want to do a deep line starting about here. So we're just going to go straight across. And then we're going to go down low and come up into that line and doing the same thing on the other side. And then we're just going to go and start filling in from the bottom going up. And I also want to try my hand at a checkerboard. Because I keep trying to figure out how to do this, and I have an idea. So I think tonight's a good night to go ahead and give her a try. Okay. And again, thank you all for joining me over on TikTok as well as YouTube. And I'm just going to walk through this process. Now that we have enough of the base colored in here, now I can go in with the brush. And just polish. Okay, now I'm going to go in and do my cleanup. We're right at about 30 minutes into the live. Thank you all for your engagement and interaction. That includes your taps, your likes, and your shares, as well as talking to me in the live, because I'm over here working, but when I look up, I'm definitely looking for messages. Hey, drawing account. What's up, Baldy? Okay, so we cleaned that one pretty good. Okay, for this next nail, I want to just paint the entire nail because I'm thinking with my checkerboard, I think I have figured out how these are actually done. I can be wrong. So again, I just want to press and go all the way down. Then I want to come around to the side and go to the other side and smooth out. Up. And now we're just going to go in and kind of layer our second coat on to make it a little bit darker. Because we want this to be dark enough when we cure it, when it comes out. Okay. I don't know why I feel like it's Not really on the end right here. Okay. Okay, and then with this one, we're gonna go in and do another French. Hey, J Blue, welcome in, Drew. Okay, so again, you're gonna do your line, which is your baseline of how deep you want your French to go. Then we're gonna come in down low and swoop into that. And we're gonna do the same thing on the other side. We're gonna come down low and swoop in. Then we want to go in and fill our sides in. Welcome in, NS Pat. Miss Paid for real. I don't know why I kept thinking that. Y'all know what? Because I don't have my glasses on, child. That's what it is. I don't have my glasses on. That's why I can't see. I think getting the base coats down when it comes to doing nail art is probably the most time consuming thing, because once you know what type of nail art you want to do, I think it goes pretty quick from there. Okay, now that I have this part done, I can go in with my brush to fill in the rest of it. And then after that, all I have to do is go in and clean up. One day I'm going to have nail friends, and we're just going to get together and just sit around and paint nails and do nail art and drink wine and eat off a charcuterie board. That's my goal, to have nail friends in Houston, and that's all we do. We get together and just really do some nice nail art and chill. Welcome in, Mary. I don't know why this keep doing this. Okay, now I want to go in and clean this up, but I need to come in here a little bit. Okay, so now we're going to go in with our brush and clean this up. Thank y'all for the 3 likes on TikTok. I appreciate y'all. The goal is 1,000 likes. We need shares. We need comments. We need engagement and interaction. That's what pushes the content out to the FYP. Otherwise, I just sit here in my own little queue, saying ain't nobody trying to look at that shit. And I know that's a lie. Okay, now that we have that all done, this is what we have right now so far. Now we're going to go ahead and put these into cure. All right, and now let me go over to TikTok shop. I'm going to, well, no, I'm actually going to keep those there. But what I do want to pin is our make art. Again, these are our tuxedo nails that we did on last night's live. These are our French tuxedo nails. We're using the make art nail display. It comes a total of 10. It's magnetic. So what we have in here now is actually current, and for less than $10, you can purchase this. On YouTube, you have the link. You can click the link and purchase it from my TikTok shop. The shipping on this is free. So you get a total of 10 of these. You get 2 magnetic holders, and each holds 5 of the nail art displays. So you can do a total of 10 fingers, 10 nails at one time. You don't have to wait like I was before. I could only do 5 at a time because I only had one. Okay, so now we have these. These have been cured. So now I'm going to show you. I'm actually going to start with this nail right here. Now I have my purple. I'm going to go in and we're going to lighten this purple up some. So I'm going to add this nude gel polish into the purple to make it lighter. So we're going to add a little bit of that. And I also want to add just a smidget of white, not a lot. So I do like to play with my colors a lot because I understand the primary, secondary, tertiary colors. So I actually play around with my colors. And I'm going to go in with this nail brush and we're going to mix this purple together. And then we're going to bring in the white. So now we have these two beautiful colors that we can work with. So I'm going to go ahead and clean off this brush because I don't need the purple anymore. So I'm going to clean this brush off. And now what I'm going to do is using that same process that we just did. I'm going to drag this through, and I hope you guys can still see it. I'm going to drag my brush through this light purple or lilac color. I'm going to draw a line right here, right toward the tip. Then I'm going to go down deep. And I want to bring this in. And I'm going to do the same thing around the other side. Now we've already cured this deep purple. So now I'm going to go in with this brush and attempt to fill in without messing up where the dark purple is at. Okay, now I need to go in with my brush and clean up. And then I want to go in and reinforce my line right where it connects into the dark purple to be sure that that line is really nice and clean. And then I need to clean up this way because remember, we've already cured that purple. So now we can go on top of that to clean it. So that way we end up having two really nice clean lines. Across both of these. Hey, you here? Okay. All right, bye. Hey, Bella. Hi, Bryson. Okay, so now I'm just cleaning up my lines because I want to be sure it's really, really clean. And of course, I don't have my glasses on. So, y'all know what? When I go to my storage tomorrow, I have a magnifying glass in there. It's from one when I was making wigs because when you make wigs, ventilating the wigs, you really need a real fine magnifying glass. And that's what I need to pull up my storage tomorrow. So I can actually put this under the magnifying glass and I can really, really, really see what I'm doing as far as nail art goes. Okay, so that's what we have for this. Okay, so that's going to go on there. We're not going to do anything with this one. For this one, I want to go in and make some lines going across. And again, remember I told you guys I want to practice doing this checkerboard, and I think I finally figured out the right way to do it. So now I'm just going in and doing my lines. And to start off, I'm just going to do these lines going straight across. Then I'm going to cure this. Then I'll go in and do my vertical line. So I'm starting off doing the horizontal lines. Okay, so this is where we're at. Okay, so I'm just going to keep doing my horizontal lines. Hey, Sabrina, how you doing? Okay, and I'm trying to be sure that these are the same width going across, and I'm kind of just eyeballing it. I don't have a measuring tape or anything like that I want to put on here. So I'm just going to eyeball it over. And I want to be sure that my lines are nice and clean. Nice and clean lines. I don't necessarily want to have to go in and clean these lines up. So I want to try to just lay them as nice and clean as possible. I'm going to do one more line right down here. And again, the Make Art nail stand for nail art display. That's what I'm using. You can pick it up. It's magnetic. You can pick it up so you can work on one nail at a time, like I'm doing with this one right here. And then I'm going to go ahead and put a line up here as well. Okay, so that's what we have for our lines. Welcome to the live. Welcome to the live. Okay, so now with this nail, get that off of there. This nail, I'm going to go in and I actually want to go right at where my French is at. So I'm going right up under this with this lighter purple that we created. So I'm just going to be sure that I have this nice and even. And then I'm going to have to go in and clean this up. But I want to be sure that I have as much color on here as possible before the cleanup. Because the cleanup is it's going to take some time. So I want to be sure that I have a nice thick band. On here before I start my cleanup. Okay. I feel like this needs to be maybe a little bit. Okay, so this is there. So now I'm going to go in with my brush. And we're going to clean up starting at the bottom first. And just swipe and pull down. Excuse me. Then we're going to start at the other side. And now I can go in and start cleaning across the top. And I just want to be sure that this is nice and clean before we go to cure it. Okay, so that's good. Now this one, we're going to end up doing rhinestones on. So we're not going to do anything to that one right there. And then for this one, we're going to go in and we're going to apply horizontal lines. And then for this line, I'm going to clean it up just a little bit because I think it's just a little bit too wide up here. So I'm just going to clean this up ever so slightly. Okay, and then we'll do another line right here. And just being careful that I don't mess up the French tip I did. I just want to be sure I have a little straight line going across here. And then going right up. Welcome in, Toka. Right up across the bottom. And I want to go all the way down. Now I need to line this line up with the other side. So in order to do that, I'm going to try to match it up this way. And bring this over here. And bring that over there. The same way. Okay. Now what I want to do is go in and create right up under there, right where my French is at, just to do a line right up under it. It's coming along. Hey, applauser 564453. Hey, HXX Luke. What's up, Bryson? If you guys are on the live on TikTok, if y'all can help tap me up to 1,000 likes, it's greatly appreciated. Because again, if I ain't getting no likes, I could be at somebody's happy hour, somebody's club. I could be watching TV. I could be taking a nap. I could be doing anything right now. But I chose to be here with you all, and you are here with me. And I appreciate that. Okay, so now we're going to go in and clean this up. So we're going to start off here. Oh, I went in too deep, but maybe not. Let's see. We just make this really, really thin. So I took too much off, so now I got to go back in. Okay, now let's go in and clean this up some more. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do this. Okay, and did. Okay, so that's where we're at with that. So this is our set. This is where we're at so far on our nail art. And we're going to keep walking through this. So now what I need to do is cure this. So I'm going to go ahead and cure that. How's everybody doing today? Like, what are you guys doing out there? Hello, is it me? Oh, hold on, baby. Don't be getting all over on the. Ooh, child, she's doing too much. Again, we are using the Make Art nail stand. These are our French tuxedo nails that we did last night. You can take these off. It's less than $10 plus free shipping. It comes with a total of 10 of these. You get 2 of the magnetic stands and 10 individual holders. And you get the two-way, two-sided tape also. We're at almost an hour on our live. Where y'all be coming up with these names? This be done. Okay, so now we're done with these. Now I need to go in and do my lines the other way. So I'm just going to take this right where this ends and come directly up. Again, this is me attempting to get a checkerboard design. I'm going to do the same thing on the other one. Go on the end and come directly up. And then I'm going to go straight down the middle. Now I got to clean this. So I don't like the way that one came off. Real easy clean because we already cured. So now we just remove that line. And then we place our line a little bit closer here. That's better. That'll work. Okay, now we got to go in and do it on this one. And I'm going to have to create some more of this lilac. So I'm going to drop a drop of my nude in. Not black, where's my white? I'm going to drop some of the white in. Welcome in. Hey, Adley, thank you for liking the live. I appreciate you, babe. Thank you for the 327 likes. One drop of white is sufficient for this. Okay, now I need to clean my brush before we get into this one, because now I need to go in on this one and I need to do my next layer of my purple, which I still have my dark purple right here. And again, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to bring this down to about right here, the same way we did our French. Then we're going to go down low and come up into the line on one side. And then we're going to do the same thing on the other side. Come down low, come up into the line. Let's clean this brush. And now we're going to go in and pick up a lot of our purple with this. And then we're just going to tap to fill in, being sure not to go in to the line of lilac that was already there. And I'm just going to keep tapping. Tapping to fill this in. And then we're going to go in and clean that up. I just thought I'm supposed to give my cousin my brother's phone number and I forgot. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and clean this up. And you clean it the same way we did before. You're going to start at the bottom and come down across the side. Go in through the bottom, come down across the side. And now we want to go in and clean up our line up here at the top. Just gonna keep cleaning that up. Be sure I have a good symmetry going on up here. Welcome in everybody over on TikTok and YouTube. I appreciate you guys hanging out with me today. Because you could be anywhere else, but you're here with me just like I am here with you. So don't think it's not appreciated, because it is. Okay, so that looks good. Okay, so now I needed to mix to make some more of my lilacs. I'm going to mix all of these together. We're pretty much done with our purple, our dark purple. Ugh. So now I want to go in and be sure I clean this brush off. I want to go in with my lilac and now do my vertical lines for my checkerboard. So I'm going to go ahead and put my paintbrush through here. And on this one, I want to go down the middle first. So I'm going to try to put this where it's angled right down the middle. And now I'm going to flip it to create a nice line going to the bottom. And now I'll meet my brush right where it was at. And I can continue a line going up toward the top. Then I just need to even this out. Now we're going to go ahead and do the line here. Now my allergies is cutting up real bad. Okay, now we're going to go and do this one last line here. And then bring that up toward the top. I don't feel like this last line came out good. So we're going to go ahead and erase this. And because we already cured, we don't have an issue of removing that line. And I think that's the mistake I was making before when I was trying to do this. I was trying to do it all at one time, opposed to doing horizontal or vertical lines first and then curing. So I'm learning as I go. And that's why these are nail art tutorials, because I can correct myself in real time. And if you guys are following along, you would be able to make the same correction. Okay, so I'm just going to clean this up just a little bit, not too much. Okay, so there we go. I touched that one. Shoot. See if I can clean it. Okay. So now I'm going to go ahead and cure these. This is what we have so far. Welcome in, Sahib. So we're going to go ahead and cure this one. We're 1 hour 11 minutes. Shout out to 80 that came in and got me to 327 likes over on TikTok. Our goal is to get to 1,000 likes before the end of the live. Shout out again to our sponsors for today's live. Okay, now I can clean all the purple from the brushes. I don't want to clean this. Hold on. Let me see if it's something else I want to do. Welcome in, Val. How you doing? Let me see. Yeah, we're good. So we're going to go ahead and clean our brushes of all of the purple. We are actually done with that. So now we're going to go in with our black. And I'm going to start with this one right here. This checkerboard. And I'm going to use my dotting tool because to me right now, that just makes more sense. And let's start here. So I'm going to use my dotting tool. Hey, Mir. What's wrong? Oh, Mir. You want to play the game with Uncle Charles? Huh? Yeah, that's fine.
Come on, we'll play the game. Come on.
Oh, don't cry.
Let me tell you something, you gonna miss me.
Oh, y'all hear my grandbaby crying. Okay, now this is a small dotting tool.
I ain't gonna know. I just like to go have a drink real quick. I've been having him all day, but he got in trouble because he keep peeing in his pants, and he tell me like yesterday I took him to the park. I tell him like you gotta tell me you gotta pee, or I take him every hour or two. I like tell him you gotta pee, Samir. He tells me after he's peeing and peeing.
Because I told you he don't know yet.
So today I asked him, you gotta pee? I took him to go pee, right? Next thing you know, I asked him, did you pee on yourself? No. I checked him, he peed on himself again. He been doing it. So I'm trying not to take his stuff away from him. But he's gonna be able to take all his
That's
stuff away
part
from
of potty training.
Yeah, so if you keep not going to the bathroom, that ain't gonna take your tablet. I don't want to take your tablet though.
Oh, Mir. You don't be missing Boiler.
It's okay, I'll be right back.
He just going up the street, Mir. Okay, so this is what we have on this one. I think it's okay. Not, it's my first checkerboard. Not the best, not the worst. Okay, so we're going to put that one right there. And then here's another checkerboard we're going to do. Again, I'm using my dotting tool to color in. What he like to watch on TV? You want to watch cartoons?
Stop crying. I'm right here. I didn't go nowhere yet. I understand. You got a grandma right here. I know that. You got to spend time with grandma on the toilet and great grandma here.
Okay, y'all, we about to end this live in a minute because my grandbaby's having a little. I'm having a moment. But we actually almost finished. Okay, now I want to go in with my little dots.
Samir here.
Sammy Yammy. Sammy Yammy.
I know. I love you so much. I'm coming back, though. Give me a hug. Give me a hug. Give me a hug. Pick him up, Grandma. Give him a hug. Give him a hug.
He hot.
I'll be back in the two. I should be like that when you leave. I know I should be like that when you leave.
No, because you always want to stay with your auntie. You ain't never want to stay with me.
I need to go get something.
We had them lamb. Well, Charles had lamb chop.
You driving us?
No, you about to ride your skates?
Not this time of night. Huh? You need to be safe out there, bro. You need to take the car or something, bro. It's not safe out there, bro. You're skating, bro. You want me to take you real quick? You sure? No, it's not safe out there. It's on Friday night. You got your phone on? You can check your location.
Charles, that McDonald's ain't open. Not for you. Got to go through the drive-through.
Yeah, you can't drive through. You need to check your location. Check your location for me.
He coming back, Mir. My grandbaby love his daddy, okay? Mir! Okay, guys, so we're going to go ahead and cure this, but this is as far as we will get tonight. We've been on this live for an hour and 20 minutes. We will resume tomorrow where we will bedazzle because we believe in blinging everything out, okay? But this is where we're going to stop at. We're going to go ahead and cure this. We'll be live again tomorrow at 8 p.m. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this. We're going to clean everything up. Thank you all for joining us on TikTok. Thank you for joining us over on YouTube. YouTube, you'll be able to watch the replays. Again, I am live every Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. So thank you for joining us, YouTube, and we will see you later. I'm going to show you guys again. This is where we left off at. When we come in tomorrow, we will be bedazzling the nails and finishing our nail art. I love you. Bye.